If you're wanting to buy a house and it's time to lock in, welcome back to the Great Lock-In. Today we're tackling the question that everybody wants to know, but how much can you actually afford? Specifically, how much can you afford without being house poor? We're going to get into the numbers and specifics, so make sure that you save this for later, but I want to tell you why this is so important. Most people talk to a lender, they get pre-approved, and it's usually for this really big number, and they get excited because they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I could qualify for that much, but the gag is, the lender is approving you for your absolute max, and it's based on money that you never even see. Just because they approve you for a $500,000 house does not mean that you can actually afford a $500,000 house. Now let's get into the numbers so you can see what I mean. So we're going to calculate two numbers. One is how much you can afford per month, and the second number is how much house you can afford, the full house price. So for the monthly amount, super easy. Literally just take your gross income, so your income before taxes are taken out, and multiply that by 30%. So let's say that you make $5,000 per month. That means that your mortgage payment shouldn't be more than $1,500 to $1,600 a month, being realistic. Now, the second number that we're going to talk about is your total home price. This is, again, an easy, simple, quick, and dirty math, all right? So for this one, you're going to take your annual gross income, so how much you make for the year, and multiply that by 4.5. Let you see what you might qualify for. And if you know your monthly amount, then you know what you need to budget for. You can compare that monthly amount to what you're actually paying for rent right now, and if you can actually afford that increase or decrease for your mortgage. If you know how much home you can potentially qualify for, you can start looking at Zillow and Realtor.com to see what the houses in your area actually look like at that price range. If you're not happy with those amounts, then you know what you need to do. We need to decrease our debt and increase our income. But this gives us a place to start. This gives us a jumping off point, and it also allows you to make an informed decision so that when you go in and you actually do talk to a lender, you already know what numbers you're already comfortable with. All right, so now that we know how much you can afford, now let's talk about how much you actually need to save, which is what we're going to cover in the very next video. Well, I'll see you next time. We're locked in, right? We locked in.